The Informant is based on the true story of a bipolar Fortune 500 executive who worked undercover with the FBI to expose the largest antitrust case in U.S. history.
Hi, I'm Matt Damon. You're watching Made in Hollywood, and here's a clip.
What if I just put out some hypotheticals and, you know, I'll talk about certain financial situations and you guys can tell me if they're wrong or how serious they might be. What if it was standard practice at ADM for executives to regularly accept kickbacks in cash?
Tell me about Mark Whitaker. What's it like to play a guy like that?
Great. It's great. It's like, you know, I mean, it's a role like this comes along maybe every 10 years, you know. It's just a great role. Such an interesting, complicated guy.
Everyone in this country is a victim of corporate crime by the time they finish breakfast.
Yes!
Really smart.
Really smart. Biochemist.
Yeah. Biochemist, yeah, who's takes these incredibly kind of heroic and courageous risks to do this incredibly moral thing.
Things are going on I don't approve of. I mean, I feel real bad about that.
And at the same time, he's embezzling money from the company. He's kind of got a blind spot. You know, it's really fun to play. So, like, I found him to be fascinating. And the book, The Informant, which is probably 600 or 700 pages long, I read it in a day because I just couldn't stop reading about this guy. My jaw was on the floor.
Corn goes in one end and profit comes out the other. Weird, right?
The word I like to use is delusional. But
Yeah.
is it hard to play, you know, so you don't really play delusional, you just play the character. But
Right.
is it hard knowing that the things he's saying don't make sense necessarily? And
Yeah, they make sense to him, right, but they don't write. I mean, it's, you know, that's also the product of a really well-written script.
Would you be willing to wear a wire? We need your help.
man, you've played a lot of characters, a lot. But what's it like playing a person who you know is a real person?
It's challenging at times. I've done it a few times, and this time Soderbergh said, forget it. Don't go there. You don't need to do the research. I don't want you to become friends with a guy. I don't want you to go there at all.
7:30 a.m. I am approaching the entrance to the office.
You don't really need to narrate the tapes for us when you're
Absolutely.
making them. Just
not a problem.
This movie's going to be spun out of Mark Whitaker's head, and he has a different perception of the world.
It's not just lysine, it's citric, it's gluconate. There was a guy who left the company because he wouldn't do it. He was forced out. The gluconate guy, he's out of a job.
We didn't struggle with any of these scenes. You know, sometimes you make a movie and it's like you're banging your head against the wall all day on a scene and you can't get it right. And when it's not working, it's just really, really not working. But when it is like this, it's a breeze.
What is he doing?
I told him the camera was in the lamp.
no. No.
My character is the audience's way into the movie, because I want so desperately to believe that this guy is giving me the facts and telling me the right stuff, because this case is an opportunity of a lifetime.
Whitaker, secret agent 0014.
Why 0014?
Because I'm twice as smart as 007.
Oh, no. The audience, if I believe this guy, then they'll believe this guy, and they'll get hurt as much as I get hurt, and they get on the ride.
And action. The guy's on a plane half his life and in meetings for the rest.
Do any tapes of these meetings?
Not yet. Mr. Whitaker believes his life may be in danger.
There was a certain serious kind of tone that I had to take to make sure it was believable, and I couldn't be wacky zany. You know, I had to be definite and clear.
This guy's Whitaker. The guy's making 350 grand a year, and he turns informer. When does that happen?
Do you think part of that is a product of being your fifth movie with Steven Soderbergh? And how is it different than, say, the first film?
Well, the biggest difference is that the script was written in 2001, so we had it for 7 years before we made it. So I think that, like Steven's theory on comedies, he said I want to work really hard on the script, you know, before we shoot. You know, take a long time with it, make sure we have everything, you know, in the right place.
It was an honor, you know, to be asked to even be in the movie, and to see him work and to see how he and Matt work together. They've done, I think this was their fifth movie. They've had this piece for 7 years, so they've been fine-tuning it and playing and talking, and so they really had a great sense of it.
I want you to keep this secret. Absolutely. Don't tell us anything.
It's very important to your case you not discuss this with anyone else.
I'm a person of interest in an ongoing investigation.
Oh my God.
When you did the voiceover, how did you feel like you had to change that even? Because it seems different than the character, because it's obviously
It's his interior, yeah. Well, we did it while we were shooting, so we would do it on the set, and you know, kind of over the course of the movie. And so that really helped, to be in Decatur and to be feeling like the guy.
He seems like a real good guy. I hope he doesn't mind me calling him Brian instead of Agent Shepard. I might even try Bry out.
And I did it with Steven sitting next to me, and he would just listen to, you know, it was all about how interior is it? You know, how much are you projecting your voice, or how much is it just kind of whispering inside your head? And, you know, and it depended. And it's also just, they're so well written. They're so funny. I mean, the key was to try to get through them without laughing.
You guys still think I'm gonna be okay at the company, right? I mean, you guys are gonna take down the bad guys, but I'll be okay, right?
Well, I think the corporate culture is going to change a little bit for you.
I should say so.